Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. It is Adam Drake with the BVLive.com podcast, welcoming you in to a brand new episode. Join with us today. We've got Mr. Jason Evard. How are you? Evard. Wait, man, I'm going to screw that up. That's Jason right there. Everybody say hi to Jason.
Howdy.
Yeah, you can say hi to yourself.
How's it going?
How do you actually say your last name?
Evard.
Evard. Okay.
Yeah, see,
Now you know.
I know. And I asked him when he walked in, too. I was like, Evard, Evard?
How long you known each other?
And then
that's a sad thing.
So because my mind started saying, no, you heard that wrong, you idiot. That's not how it is. So I was like,
right.
Whatever. And then we've got Jerrod Lane over there.
Hi, everybody.
And we are excited to welcome in Jason because you're our first non-artist. Like you're not the lead singer.
Right.
You're not
Headline.
like the head of a band. You're not the headline, but you are so good
Name not on
at
the bill.
what you do. Play guitar.
Yep.
For none other than Hayden Baker, one of our favorite fighting Texas Aggies.
The one and only.
Tell us a little bit about that, man. How did you get involved with Hayden?
Man, I met Hayden in 2019. I was shooting photography and in between full-time playing in a band. And I had some friends that played with him, and so I took pictures of him at Rowdy's in spring.
Oh, nice.
And then met his dad that day too.
If you've met Hayden's dad, if you've met
Yep.
Bruce, you know
Bruce.
you're having a good time, man.
Yep.
Like Bruce is a lot of fun.
And then it was less than a year later. I saw he was playing Harry's with Parker McConnell. I think the second time.
Because Parker did that 2-night set. Is that one?
Yeah, it was that 2-night one, and I think, or no, it was the first time. It was before that one.
Okay.
Anyway, and I had seen another friend of mine was playing acoustic guitar for him because at the time he was just trying to find his hired gun type of guys, and
I mean, because he was just really getting started about that time.
Is he still in school?
Yeah,
He's fairly young, right?
Yeah, he had just transferred to
Okay.
A&M. So I talked to the guy that was playing guitar for him, Shelton Wallace, at the time. After that show, I was like, "Man, how was it?" And he was like, "It was terrible. Like, I'm a terrible guitar player. I don't deserve to be playing."
Well, so you're leading me into one of the things I wanted to ask you about. How does it feel playing lead guitar, for a guy who is a phenomenal guitar player?
It is interesting.
Yeah.
Who's going to take the lead?
Yeah.
So he's the lead guitar player.
Okay.
I play some leads, but I'm more of like a utility guy. I play acoustic, electric, baritone, kind of whatever the song.
So you're the guy
needs.
transferring out all the
I'm switching guitars a lot.
constantly. Okay.
Yeah.
But to me, it's a lot like playing drums for the Foo Fighters. You're looking ahead of you, and there's Dave Grohl in front of you, and you're like, "Oh man, this guy's one of the best that's ever done it." And I mean, Hayden's not there. He might be one day, but he's such a great picker. Do you just sit there at times and go, I don't even want to try tonight, man. Like you're whatever you're riffing right now is unbelievable.
What he does, I don't try. But in this 6 years now, I have learned a ton from him.
Yeah.
And that's kind of always what I wanted to do, is play with people that are better than me to get better myself.
Yeah.
So that's been really fun to be able to learn. I mean, just imagine playing for Vince Gill or Brad Paisley, right? And being able to see it every night and like see him at his worst and at his best, right? Because we hear it all the time after the show and everything.
Does he ever just sit there and like, "Oh God, I suck tonight"? And you're like, "Shut up."
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
His suck is like some of y'all's best. The way you're bragging. I want the way at least Adam's bragging on him. I don't know.
No, he's fantastic. He's a wizard.
I'm not good enough to know. I don't play at all. I don't even know what I'm hearing half the time. Besides, like, just either it's good or not. So I've heard this. People are like, "Oh, that's good, bad, or indifferent." I'm like,
yeah,
I wouldn't know any different. The average fan out there, I don't know that they know. I mean, you got to be like really drunk and dumb, like, and fall on your face and be like, "Ooh, that was really bad."
The part that's like the hardest to get my head around is his like natural talent.
Yeah.
Because he's only been playing guitar for like 10 years. And I'm like, dude, I've been playing guitar for like 26 years or something. And like, it's not fair that you can just pick it up so quick. But he's awesome. His talent is unrivaled.
All right, Hayden, we've stroked your ego enough. We're going to move on a little bit from you, and let's get into your talent, because you're a dad. You've done sound stuff. You've taken photography. Mm-hmm. You talked about that a while ago. You play guitar. What else is it that you do? Because like you sent me your resume stuff, and I was like, what haven't you done before?
I know, it was a long read.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I
tried to like make it not too long.
No, but that's great, because it shows that you know what you're talking about. Mm-hmm. You're not just some guy coming in here like, oh yeah, I play guitar, and you played guitar for the Shrimp Shack Shakers or something like that. You know what I mean?
Great band.
I haven't heard of them.
Great band.
That's just a.
What haven't I done?
Yeah. What are some things that you maybe haven't done before?
The accordion.
Do you want to try the accordion?
No, I don't want to try the accordion. No? I mean, I've played a little bit of piano, but not enough to. I mean, I think I've played piano at like a handful of shows, not with Hayden, but
yeah.
No, I mean, piano would be cool, like a true utility player. Piano.
Be the Alan Huff
right.
with Krager's band, who just walks around and does everything.
Case, yes, accordion.
Yeah.
Alan. But yeah,
he's anything.
He's the Huff Daddy for a reason,
right.
man.
No, I try to.
Or Handsy Andy
and I don't
with
know
Wilder Blue. That guy plays everything.
Oh yeah, Sean. Andy. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I try to, and I don't know if this was a plan, but I try to be the jack of all trades, master of none, or I guess it ended up being that way. Just whatever came up, I was like, well, I can do that, or I can figure it out, and through college I was playing for everybody that needed a guitar player or whatever. And then running sound, doing production stuff, engineering degree and electronics. And so it kind of all ties it together and everything.
Let's talk about your time here, because again, we are the BVLive.com podcast. Right. We loved talking about Brazos Valley music, and we brought you in for a couple of reasons. One, you do play guitar for an Aggie, mm-hmm. and you are an Aggie yourself. I see the ring you got there.
2011 and
20. All right, that was one of the things I was going to ask you about. 2011 mm-hmm. and 20. You just spent 9 years going, I'll take a class here, or you decided I'm just going to go back and finish something else.
Story. Well, not too long, but I came in freshman year, did the blend team thing. So that, and then going into engineering school, undergraduate actually took me 7 years. So I moved away from College Station in 2014.
Terrible mistake.
Class of 2011, graduated in 2014. Yeah, I know. I miss it all the time. Glad to be back. And then 2014, got a real job. And then in 2018, I came back for my master's. And it was a like hybrid program, so it was come College Station for a week, and then do the rest online, both semesters and everything. So,
what was your master's in?
Master's of Engineering and Technical Management.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was
that sounds important.
Yeah, it was a new program. It was through the Engineering Technology Department. Shout out to Dr. Zogi.
Zogi.
Yeah, he's.
I love all the professors' names. There's so many unique ones over there.
Yeah. But he was a department head, and he was starting this new master's program and called his old students and everything to see who would be interested. I went to an informational thing, and I was like, and because I never wanted to go get a postgraduate degree. I never wanted to take the PE, the FE. I was like, I've been here for 7 years. I have no desire to go to any more school. But
I've been here for 20 years, and I don't have any desire to go to any more school either.
So I sat in an informational, and it was like, man, everything he's talking about, I do in my job. And it was kind of structured like an MBA for engineers. So I was like, you know what? I'll do it. I was single at the time. My company helped me pay for it. It was the first year, so it was kind of the first.
That's
class.
really why you did it.
Yeah. Look, the company's going to pay for something. I'm probably going to take advantage.
My wife
of it.
did similar, but
they paid for like half of it.
The chancellor paid for hers.
Yeah,
her master's degree. Basically, she knocked it out in COVID, and
Yeah.
She wasn't planning to go get a master's for any reason. She didn't need it, but she just thought she should have it for in the finance side of things. So she went and got a BA.
Yeah.
You know, master's in business, MBA, like through Tarleton because they would pay for it.
So we've overlapped a lot since you've been here, 11 and then 20. What are some of your favorite memories of going to shows here in Bryan-College Station?
Man, the ones that stick out are mostly Hurricane Harry's.
When'd you get here though? Say that again.
07.
Oh, so, okay.
Yeah.
Same
So
year I got here.
you missed the
07.
hey, like the super heyday. So I mean, you're right in the middle of it.
But so I think one of the ones I mentioned to you was Hurricane Harry's, Randy Rogers. It was when the Trouble album was released.
Oh man.
And they were giving out CDs at here. Like if you bought it, or if you bought a ticket and you were the first 500 people in there or whatever, you got a free CD. And man,
you didn't have to go to Cavender's back then?
I wore that sucker out. No, you could, but if you got in line, you could.
You had to be there. You had to be one of the ones
that was pretty
in
rare.
that line waiting for it to open up.
Because what a great marketing deal by Cavender's.
Yep.
Throughout those years.
Trouble, Fuzzy, like all
Such
that.
a great record.
Yeah. So that was
I
memorable.
had Another Heart's one of my favorites on that record.
Mm-hmm. And then Turnpike and even Rich O'Toole, like Sam Riggs. I think we opened for Sam Riggs at the Tap one time.
Man, Sam is such an interesting case to me, man. He shot up so fast and so high, and I think he was a little ahead of the game on that kind of poppy, rocky side of things. And he still had the fiddle, so it still had a country flair to it.
Yeah.
But man, I think he's one of the ones that kind of started that. I don't want to say started, but that Co Wetzel came after him, and then Austin Meade kind of came after him. I think if Sam came out today, he would sound a lot more like they do now.
Yeah,
but I think he was kind of ahead of that game too.
Yeah. I mean, me and Austin were playing in bands around here at the same time in College Station, and that was cool to see him play drums. Like
another engineer guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a guy, man. He is so Austin Meade is such a talented individual. Not only does he sing really well, he writes great songs, but he also drives his own tour bus. And you're like, what? This guy really does do it all.
Yeah.
Have you mastered that part yet? And you're jack of all trades, master of none.
We take turns driving.
Yeah,
we have a Sprinter van, and so it's not as big.
And that's Austin is the Sprinter whisperer, according to a lot of the artists around Texas.
Well, I need to give him a call because we had
there's a constant problem. He's just that's all I've been told multiple times. Like, you need a problem with that Sprinter, call Austin. I was like, all right.
So moved here in 07. That means you were still here for the Texas Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
I miss the Hall of Fame so much every single Friday, Saturday night.
Another memorable one, Hall of Fame, was Luke Bryan opened for Aaron Watson.
Aaron Watson.
I think it was 06.
No, because I was already here. That would have been...
It was
like
07?
It would have been 7 or 8.
Okay.
I was going to say.
It was the September 11th show. It was supposed to be at Wolfpen Creek. Rained the entire day.
That's right.
And they were like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? How are we going to do this show? And Luke Bryan was scheduled to open for Aaron Watson. So again, 7 or 8, 8 at the latest. The hall says, hey, we'll take you. We'll do it. So many people were mad because their kids couldn't come.
Oh.
And you're going from Wolfpen Creek. I mean, this thing was sold out.
Thing. Yeah.
And we go to the show and we're watching it. And Luke opens. And Luke, I will give him credit. He was such a nice guy. He was maybe one of the nicest human beings I've ever met.
He's a great guy.
But, yeah.
But, I mean, he's a nice guy.
And honestly, I don't remember like his show.
He played
because I went to see Aaron Watson.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. He played a Metallica song, and my wife's the rock chick, and she's like, what's he do? And then after a while, she's like, this ain't bad. This isn't bad at all. And like, we were really impressed with that. And Aaron to this day still jokes around. It's like, Luke opened a couple shows for me here in Texas, and we were supposed to switch back around. And Luke has not given Aaron his opening slot yet.
I don't know that'll happen. Well, if Aaron keeps busting up the social medias and calling people out, I mean, maybe
he might as well, man.
I love that he does it. I think it's hilarious.
But that was such a great time. Such a great show. Aaron obviously always put on a great show at the Hall. One of my memories of the Hall and Aaron Watson is Aaron Watson is such a wild and rowdy, crazy individual on stage, right?
Yep.
There were so many fights at Texas Hall of Fame shows with Aaron Watson, and it surprised us. We're like, dude's up there basically preaching for an hour and a half, and y'all are just getting into drunken fights. Dr. Ron, who was the DJ at the hall, still has a scar over his eye where he got hit with a beer bottle the night of an Aaron Watson show. Not David Allen Coe. Not a Pat Green show where people throwing beer around.
Those guys were already still too old. Like by then, they're just like, nah.
Yeah.
But an Aaron Watson show is how Dr. Ron got cracked over the head with a beer bottle.
Yeah. I'll tell you another one that is related to that. The Granger Smith show at Harry's, when he busted his head on the speaker before they raised the speakers up. He was dressed up as Earl Dibbles, and he was running around the front on the floor in front of the subs, and he ran up the stairs on the stage
on the right
left
side over,
and clocked his head, and then he turned and he like went like this and turned around, and blood was going down his face, and he was just like,
yeah. It was like Trump. It was like after Trump got shot, just going,
yeah. So yeah,
he was
this is definitely not in my realm of going to music shows here, because that was right in the middle of me having kids. Like
you miss the wild and woolly days, man.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that I missed them. I'm a little bit older now. So.
Granger's like, all right, take a picture and send it to my wife before it gets out on social media. I'm like, all right, bud, go take a picture. Send it like, he's okay. I promise, he's all right. That was
social media going on at that point.
Oh yeah. Facebook was around. Instagram wasn't really there.
I was gonna say,
it was around, but it wasn't the biggest. No, I think MySpace had already died out.
This was 08, 09?
No, that would have been.
I was like probably
13, 14.
Yeah, okay. Then that makes more sense.
Yeah. It was pretty late. All right, yeah. So you did mention the Tap too. Any memorable shows at the Tap? Because I got a few of those too myself.
Man, I saw Green River Ordnance there. When they had a huge light show.
Yeah. That's a good pull, by the way.
They did a huge light show in the Tap?
Yeah.
How?
Exactly.
That's impressive.
That was probably the most memorable one. And then when we opened for, I was playing with Doc West at the time, we opened for Sam Riggs. That was really fun. And then Hayden did his ring dunk there.
Yeah.
And we played there a couple times. But mostly the Tap was going out.
Those piano bar nights. Yeah. You're like, all right, it's Wednesday. Where are we going? Piano bar. Let's roll.
Yeah.
That's still rolling. That's the same guy, too. He's been there for like 25 years.
I mean, look, you got a steady gig. You keep that steady gig going.
And
he's angry
let it happen, because
the
Tap can't go after the losses of venues we've had in this town,
And I always appreciate John. John and I have had many talks about the Tap and about the future of music, and he still loves to try his best to put as many shows in there as he can that are going to do something. Now, the way that finances are now, he doesn't do as many as he wants to, or as many as he used to. But I remember he would take losses on the show. He would sit there and tell me, I'm going to take a loss on this show and this show and this show this semester.
He knows his math about it big time.
Yeah.
Like it's an interesting conversation, because he's still a big door guy. And it's like, I don't know how that's a tough battle with bands these days.
Yeah.
We do door deals.
Yeah.
I think my favorite 2 nights of music ever was a Wednesday at the Tap, and like a Friday at Harry's. Wednesday was Krager's first ever piano bar that he did, and it was phenomenal. And then Friday night it was Sean McConnell, William Clark Green, and Randy Rogers. And
was that a summertime?
No. This was Christmas time.
Okay.
So this was just before winter break, just before all the kids. This might have been the last show of Harry's for the year. And I remember sitting backstage, and the 3 guys were talking, and Randy being, the elder statesman, he's like, all right, Sean, you're gonna kick us off tonight. Will, you, and then me. And Will's like, I don't want to follow Sean McConnell. And Randy's like, well, hell, I don't either. Why do you think I told you you're going in the middle? And Sean just absolutely killed it, man. Like you want to talk about a guy who came here and put on just great shows. But if you ask the average fan in College Station today, who Sean McConnell is, they're going to be like, who was that? But terrific songwriter and one of the best performers I've seen.
Speaking of, he is actually slated to play the Bryan Songwriters Festival.
Oh, really? Are you breaking news on us right now?
I'm pretty sure that that's confirmed by Kyle for sure. I don't know that it's written out, so you may have to adjust that one.
We're going to edit this part just in case. Hey, mark that down, 2147.
I'm gonna see Kyle tonight anyways at Real Life Real Music, so I'll ask him and confirm. But I'm excited about it. I was like, that's one of the first ones you said, hey, that's slated in, him, Jamie Lynn, and a few. And I'm like, cool.
Have you seen Sean McConnell before?
I saw him at Harry's one time. It wasn't that time, but
I saw him about 2 years ago at Stafford.
Yeah? Oh, man.
That was very loud. Like,
very
for
loud.
him, like I was like, because every time I've ever seen him before, it was an acoustic, which I love because how good of a songwriter he really is and breaking it down. But that was a very loud show. And of course,
at Stafford.
Yeah, just the concrete walls, and it was Rob's speaker system that he loved, and it was gonna be loud.
We're gonna turn Sean McConnell up to 11. You're gonna cry at 11. That's what we're gonna do for you today.
And your ears might bleed a little bit too.
Your ears might bleed, but that's all right because
you have tears.
It's amazing. Sean is one of those guys. I cannot wait to see him again. Absolutely amazing. All right, hey, let's turn back around to you and being the Swiss Army knife of your music career, right? So you play right now with Hayden Baker, but where did you get your start? You mentioned a couple of names a while ago. You mentioned Katie Hamlin. You mentioned Doc West. Who else have you played with?
Played those two were the longest tenure ones in my, I guess, early country career. And it was great because they were both like not quite busy enough to be full time. So I played with them, and I don't think I ever missed a show. Maybe one. I had to get a fill in, and it was probably Lindsay. Me and Lindsay played with Katie.
By the way, Lindsay's back there being our producer today, and you're doing a great job. I can't tell for sure because I can't see the cameras how they're going, but I have faith in you, Lindsay.
We'll find out.
If not, I'm cutting his hair. So
good luck.
We'll see.
So I played with those two. I played with Drew Fish for a little while, and it was kind of in between bass players. I played bass for him. I played with Logan Sanford for a short period. That was kind of when he was starting his solo career after Shotgun Rider.
Yeah.
And that was super fun. I played guitar for him first and then played bass because the guy that was playing bass is a phenomenal guitar player. He plays with Pecos and the Rooftops.
So y'all just rock, paper, scissors, which ones y'all would do that night?
Well, we started and was like, this makes more sense to switch. So so we did that. And then played the hired gun role just kind of for whoever was available. So I played with Julia Hatfield, played with...
she's so good. Very underrated.
Yes, she's very good. Rich O'Toole. I'll think of a few more.
So here, mention Rich O'Toole. We talked about Rich O'Toole before we started. I want to interview Rich O'Toole. I want to have him in here. However, the first time he says beans and chili, I'm throwing something at him.
Why?
That's his stick.
I'm going to agree with him.
Know?
Beans don't go in chili.
Well, I grew up half my life in Montana.
Yeah,
I agree with this.
Listen, as a Texan, 100%, lived 6 months in Louisiana and had to get the hell out of there as fast as I could. I had to get back to a place where people with common sense knows
you're not going to win that battle.
Beans don't
if
belong
Rich is sitting
in
in this seat with me, you're going to lose. It's 2-1.
I'll throw something at both of you. Good thing your big rear end's going to be on the other side of a table and harder to get over to me. But
I'll give you my opinion. I don't think it matters much because I've had really good chili with beans and without beans. So it's like if it's good, it's good. The beans is not a make it or break it thing for me. No, but
beans
Rich is great.
Break it.
And I'll tell you a little quick Rich O'Toole story. I think I saw Rich at Harry's playing, and I followed him on Instagram. This was very early Instagram, so like 2011 or something.
Yeah,
you're one of the first 5 followers for him.
And maybe. And And then like a couple weeks later, whatever, he followed me back, and I like screenshotted it. And I'm like, Rich O'Toole followed me on Instagram. I was like, this is the coolest thing ever.
Crowning achievement.
Yeah. And then, you know, I met him at shows and stuff down the road, but and I was playing for Julia Hatfield at the time, and we went to a studio in LA, and we stayed at Rich's house because he had a house there.
Yeah.
Because Rich O'Toole, right?
Yeah.
and I don't think I'd met him at that point, and then later met him and played.
Did you leave him a thank you note, like wrote it on?
Yeah.
Thanks for letting us stay
in his chili pot.
In his chili pot with some beans. You put some beans in there just to make him. Yeah,
3 cans
that's
of
really
beans.
sweet. My favorite Rich O'Toole story that I have is I'm very clean cut. Right, like I don't have tattoos, I don't have piercings, I don't have any of that. The one time I got very close to getting a tattoo, I'm not blaming Rich O'Toole, but we were doing a walk for Veterans Day at the Dixie Chicken. Like the entire week before Veterans Day, we did a walk. It was I forget how long it was, but we walked all around from the Chicken around the MSC and back to the Chicken for troops. And Rich came in on one of those and carried a flag for us. And, you know, hey, man, thanks so much for coming in. And then we're sitting there talking. And after a while at the Chicken, as you know, drinks flow, things happen. And Rich said something like, maybe you should get a tattoo today. And I was like, maybe I should get a tattoo tonight. Yeah, let's go. And then Rich disappeared. But me and a couple other buddies ended up going to a tattoo shop, and they called my wife, and she's like, yeah, sure, whatever. And I was like, now I'm a little scared. Y'all called her. I don't know what to do now. So we went home. But I blame Rich O'Toole. I think Rich O'Toole had something to do with that. And again, my memory might be a little fuzzy from that night. So I might need him to, again, come in here and
clear that up
a little bit. But he had a part in it. I know.
It was the like marijuana and jalapenos era, right?
No, it was a little after that. It was a little after those days, man. But it was a good time. That was the closest I've ever gotten to getting a tattoo.
Awesome.
Thanks, Rich.
I don't have any stories like that about Rich O'Toole, so I don't know.
Well,
Nobody
that's
knows
what
how
we
to
need to
follow that one
do.
up.
We need to get him to come in, and
Then
we can
might
go
end
get
up
you
with an actual tattoo.
We'll get you to get a tattoo.
They're great.
Man.
Perfect little beans and chili tramp stamp. I think that would go. I think you and Rich both
I don't have
ought
a
to get one of
tattoo,
those.
and really the only reason is it's like it has to have some like serious meaning for me to really do it. And it's not that I could do one of my kids' like birthdays or something, or like, but I'm still like,
Yeah.
it's cliche, I guess. Is like I think everybody has that, and I'm like,
I've got to come up with some ideas.
Now my kids have tattoos all over the place, and I'm
Really?
like, well,
Yeah,
it's just this generation, you know. Well, then they're an older than most. So boys are 28 and 26. I mean, the second they can get a tattoo, they get a tattoo, and then like
I got one on my 18th birthday.
Yeah. What'd you get?
I got a cross on my back.
Okay.
And like I wanted it forever, and it was in high school, and my parents were like, "No way!" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm doing it.
I'm 18. I can do what I want to."
And on my 18th birthday, when I got
out
a
of the
tattoo
house.
during the day, which maybe not getting a tattoo at noon was probably not the best idea, but my mom went with me.
That's
Make
sweet.
sure. Yeah. And then of course it was one of those things where I got home and I showed my dad, and he was like angry about it. And I showed him, and he was like, "Yeah, it looks pretty cool."
Yeah, that's pretty sick. All right.
he didn't slap you in the back.
Good job.
I'm sure he did.
Let's talk about that a little bit about that cross that you have on your back, because not only do you play music, you've also done some stuff for churches. You've run sound and everything.
Yep.
How was that, having maybe a Saturday night out on the road, and then on a Sunday morning you're having to run production stuff?
I started playing music in junior high, late junior high, high school, and really got started playing in a band at church. Started playing music in church, and really that's kind of where it all started. And still play most Sundays when I'm in town. But yeah, in college, there was a lot of Saturdays getting home at 3, 4 from Austin, and being at
3.5, 4 hours.
Being at church at 7 or whatever, you know. I try not to do that anymore, but it happens occasionally. But it's been a big, like, faith is a big part of my life, and so I always make sure serve and make time for that, and go to church with my family and everything. Yep. And
where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Clear Lake, south of Houston, and now live in Magnolia. So Houston area for the non-Houston people. Houston,
it's all Houston, man.
Houston.
Anything north of Galveston is Houston. Anything south of Conroe Conroe and south is all Houston.
Montgomery County's turned into its own thing anymore. It's so big.
Montgomery County, baby, represent.
It's a lot.
So with all the things that you've done, has there been one thing that you've looked at and said, that's my best thing I've done so far? That's how I know I've made it.
In the terms of like the different instruments, or
no, just in your musical career, was it because I see you got your Billy Bob shirt on.
You guys debuted a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, y'all had that awesome debut. I wish I could have made it up there. Really busy time around here, but
we'll get you out there next time.
Was Back Show Bob there? Oh, Robert.
Oh yeah.
Did you have monkeys?
Robert Gallagher.
Yeah.
Did you have monkeys with Bob?
No.
I
met him, but
Lindsay, did you have monkeys? No.
You haven't had a monkey shot with Robert?
3-legged monkeys. That next time you go up there, say, Mr. Gallagher, I heard this is your shot specialty, and monkeys all around.
Yep. I'll have to remember that for sure.
But what's one of the things that you kind of hang your hat on? Like, man, that's cool. If I do nothing else so far or else in my career, that right there was awesome.
Man, playing Billy Bob's, it was unreal. Like, just like a dream. I mean, playing for Hayden and seeing his growth and being a part of it, like being a support role in it, and I kind of am his right hand man a little bit, and so as much as I can do to help this train, the better. And this is the most I've ever done. I've done some cool shows besides that. I played floors with Keller,
nice,
several years ago, and that was awesome with Open for Flatland. But yeah, this career with Hayden is going to be like, my goal is to play for him until forever, so
that reminds me a lot of the Kojo guys, because Cody has been so loyal to his guys. They've been together almost 15 years. I know that they got a new guitar player like 12 years ago when Jake came on, and that was the last change they've made. They've added to. They haven't, nobody's gone, and I think that's a testament to him and his crew and how he runs things. And I see Hayden being a little bit of the same way. I don't see him, having those guns for hire, like, all right, who's coming there? Who's going to do this? Now, if one of you guys decide to leave, obviously, there's a different thing. But, being around this thing for 20 years now, over 20 years, we've seen those bands where, all right, they're coming through in January, they got this lineup, then they come through in September, and they've got a whole different crew. You're like, what, and some of that is understandable, but
I know Hayden has, and you can ask him and when you interview him, but Cody and all those guys have been a big influence on us as musicians and on the business side of things. Like, how many record deals did he turn down before?
Well, he's one of the few that have just transitioned the way he's transitioned in the mainstream to say, hey, I'm doing it my way.
Yeah. And, well, I mean, and we saw Cody at Harry's, but several, Wolf Pen. I think that's where I actually met Cody for the first time, was Wolf Pen. And then like Jody and Joey and those guys, they played my wedding, they've been such a influence. We're not super close or anything. And, but just, we see what's going on.
But they're good people, and they're going to, they're not going to be like, big time anything, because they know what it's like. Jody still lives around here. Miles is the drummer is an Aggie. He and his wife love coming around here when they can. Joey moved away a few years ago, but again, raising families, they are such great people. And again, I see that a lot with Hayden, and I think Hayden's got a really good shot at kind of going in a mainstream direction, because he's got a mainstream sound. He's got Brad Paisley on a record. He's written with Ronnie Dunn. We won't get into him turning Ronnie Dunn down to go play guitar for him.
That was a crazy week.
We'll let
for me.
We'll wait for him to come and tell that story.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that was
Hold
so
your breath,
cool.
like, hey.
We had long conversations that week many times and had to have a few beers to figure it out. But and he says ultimately he made the right decision, and time will tell, right? But crazy times.
It was fun.
The things that we've experienced so far in these 6 years have just been crazy.
I mean, we had a lot of fun having him here
Yeah.
a few months ago for one of our songwriters.
Oh, that was here, right?
Yeah, yeah, and you could see it in him how much fun he was having, how much fun he had being his own person.
Yeah.
And not that he wouldn't enjoy and make really good money going off and playing with Ronnie or whatever, but you can see that he's got the fire in himself to want to push his stuff.
And I won't tell the story, but he uses Vince Gill turning down the Dire Straits gig as his inspiration.
How do you turn down Dire Straits? Those are one of my favorites.
Well, and then you
of
go
Vince
on to
Gill?
win 4 CMA Entertainer of the Year awards, and you're just.
But that had to be early on. I mean, he had to be a baby.
Well, he was also in Amy, what you gonna do? Who was that? That's Pure Prairie League. Vince Gill was also in Pure Prairie League at one point, and then got out, and then that was probably right around that time he got offered the Dire Straits job, and now Vince Gill is on the road with the Eagles.
Yeah, which
and
is wild.
And he's playing Glenn Fry's part, man.
He gets to
And
do
you're just
whatever he wants.
I
He's like the king
went
of
to see
Nashville.
them. I saw the Eagles at Minute Maid, probably 2018. Whenever it was that first run after Glenn died, and whenever I saw that Vince Gill was on there, I was like, man, I can't not go to this. and Chris Stapleton opened, so it was phenomenal.
That's a
Oh,
tough one.
terrible show.
Phenomenal. Sitting in the outfield at Minute Maid, Dyken now was just amazing.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
Amazing.
It's still
He's still Enron.
It is Enron.
Enron.
It's Enron Field.
The juice box. We can still call it the juice box. The ice box, right?
I think that's a cool nickname, though.
The ice box?
Yeah, I think the ice box is a cool nickname. All right, let's bring it back home a little bit and talk about the Brazos Valley.
Yeah.
What is it about here that you think made your time here as a musician grow?
I don't know if it was because it's a college town or because I was away from home, but just the amount of music that came in and out. It was like I can go see music almost every day of the week. And then I started getting plugged in, with people playing in a cover band here and there. So
What cover bands were you playing?
okay. So
we played nothing but Eagle songs.
first band I played with was called Raptors and the Raptors. It wasn't a cover band; it was an original band, but it was a rap rock, like Linkin Park type of.
All right, that new metal. No, Linkin Park's
don't
not
know.
considered new metal.
I mean,
Metal,
like
is that-
Rage Against the Machine, Chili Peppers, that like funky
Yeah.
rap rock kind of stuff. It was awesome. It's where I
Learn to play everything.
no, but it's where I started like actually like going on the road a little bit.
Yeah.
We would play in Austin a lot and Houston and like, just playing.
I would guess it's a tough market.
Playing
for that.
bars, and it was awesome. And they were kind of a band and whatever. Didn't make any money on that. And then after that, there was a guy. I think he was in a frat or something, and he was like a self-proclaimed talent scout. And
So many of those out
he
there.
would go to karaoke nights and like find the cute girl that could sing a little bit and say, "Hey, you should consider this as like
A
career or something." And then he was like, "Oh, I know a guitar player." So I played with a couple people that he set me up
He's
with.
talent scouted.
Yeah, and it
Was there actually any talent?
there was a little bit, some
Nobody
just kind of
memorable?
fizzled out. No, a girl named Kristen Sawyer.
I remember Kristen. She was pretty good.
She was good. I played like a couple shows with her, and then another girl named Caroline Glithero, and we played covers, and it was like a duo thing. We played like the Lady Antebellum.
Little Islands in the Stream. I could see you pulling off
Like-
Kenny Rogers.
Not quite, but just like kind of the 2000s country cover band, and then that's when I started making money because we were playing country music, and I had never really played country music before that. And I was like, this is kind of cool, and I could just sing like the harmonies and not have to like start my own band or try to become an artist. You know.
Yeah. Did you ever want to try that? Did you ever want to be your own?
Not really.
Lead singer? No?
Not really. No. I can't remember a lyrics worth of crap and.
While playing guitar or
and my thing's always just been guitar. Just play guitar, like enamored with it. Buy every guitar that I can afford, you know. So and then just kind of like person to person, and then I met Katie Hamlin from a Craigslist ad because like I was in this band and it fizzled out. Some girl like went home for the summer to get a job or something, and I was like, well, I'm up here for summer school. I'm not gonna not play.
Yeah, you got to find a way to let that outlet.
So I found Katie like at the very beginning, and helped her write a bunch of songs or finish writing songs, write the music and stuff like that. And it was just me and her, and we put a band together. And then we had a guy, Seth Fosser, played for us and Meade and Bree Bagwell.
Yeah,
he played with us before Lindsay did.
Oh, nice.
Adam Hill played with us. So it was
that's a nice little who's who, man. Those are some good players.
Such a great time. And then,
but what kills me, as I say, kills me. It's the thing I love about this and why we kind of did this. The more I talk to more artists, because it's the first time I've met you, and he didn't call you an artist earlier, but you are. And the coolest thing around Bryan-College Station, Brazos Valley, all that, is how many players we have that have came here for school that maybe didn't come to school for that because we didn't really have a music program.
Yeah.
I mean, Blinn doesn't have a music program.
I was a music minor for about a semester.
Is that even a thing? I mean, it's more of a thing now than it was.
It was, but it wasn't related to like the marching band at all. It was like
no. But I'm just like most people go to like Denton and go to North Texas, or you're going to go to what I guess Austin, or there's a couple of
San Marcos.
Southwest or Texas State have that.
Yeah,
there's just not a whole lot of them, and so but you bring up Adam Hill, you bring up, Wes Barlow's Nagy, this is I feel like every fiddle
player.
A bunch
of shows with Wes Barlow.
I feel like every fiddle player in Texas came through A&M for some reason,
or at least College Station.
Yeah. But that's part of why we want to do what we're doing with BVLive and Brazos Valley Live Music Association is to promote, not promote just y'all, but to tell those stories that don't miss out on those openers or those. I'm not a big open mic night fan, but it's like those things, or doing a songwriters night. You don't know who you talk about Jody Bartula. All of y'all have scammered around here at some point, some way.
Yeah.
Whether you don't know that you might just see Kojo sitting right next to you, and you don't know in 10, 15 years that he's winning the awards that he's winning.
Yep.
And we have more of that going on here than I think anybody ever realized. I know I didn't realize it because just listening to y'all's stories, it's just more names that I keep hearing. It's like, oh, there's another one. Throw a feather in Brazos Valley's hat. And
well, even the Texas music scene, what Ray and all them guys are doing, it's like this whole community is kind of a tight knit, small.
Yeah.
Like everybody knows everybody pretty much. Until unless you haven't met somebody yet. But
well, I mean, but it's a at most 3-degree difference between anybody else, right? Like who do you know that knows who knows who? Like you're not getting more than 3 degrees away from anybody.
Yeah, and I think being a college town has a lot to do with it because you see the other college towns. You see San Marcos has a lot of stuff going on there. You see Austin, obviously.
I mean, Lubbock just kills it, man.
Lubbock,
They are just amazing.
Okay, I was in Lubbock.
I don't like giving Lubbock a lot of praise for anything.
Yeah.
But they got a cooked in thing going on there because there's nowhere to go.
Well, and like Pat Green, Pat Green said that long ago. When you live out in West Texas, you can't exactly just go somewhere. You got to pack up all your crap. Hope to God you'll be back by Monday. Like that's a fact of when you're out there. So that they are kind of close knit and a lot of opportunity to grow there.
Close knit and trapped.
But I think we have the ability to do much of the same here.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and like I said, when I got here, it was amazing. And coming from Houston, where it's not like that. There's music there, but it's different. Coming here and seeing it and like being to me it felt like College Station felt like a small town. Now it's twice as big as it was when I was here, you know. But I think it still has that. And we see kids now like coming to open for us that are from here or have come through here, and it's still like it's changing. It's different. Like Harry's isn't here in the hall.
Well, Harry's Northgate. Harry's is here.
Harry's Northgate.
I haven't been. Yes, I saw your hat. I haven't been able to go there yet, but Randy Rogers apparently put on such a great show last time he was here
this past weekend.
Yeah.
Semi-acoustic. I didn't go either. And we were about to go at the last minute. Looked up and it's like sold out. So that's great.
It's sold out that day.
Sold out. But
Josh Abbott's already scheduled to come play there too.
Mm-hmm.
Young kid that was opening for him, which I met at the Gallywinter River Jam, Ashton Naylor.
Mm-hmm.
Really talented kid as well. He opened for him, and I think Randy's kind of...
Is he managing him?
Basically, or just kind of at least under his wing of whatever they're doing. Him and like Cameron Albright, and I'm trying to think of the other kid that's Hank Weaver. I think the three of them, it's kind of under his management, so...
All right, got a couple more things I want to bring up to you before we wrap things up. You'd mentioned something off camera about meeting Billy Gibbons one night, and Billy Gibbons. One of the saddest things I've ever experienced in this music life is the night that ZZ Top was supposed to play Chili Fest, and
it rained out, or
it rained, but. Dusty Hill, maybe it wasn't Dusty, had fallen, like broken his collarbone that week and was not able to come and make the show.
It was Dusty.
So they got Gary Allen and Josh Abbott to come in. I was like, man, I wanted to hang out with ZZ Top like one time. I had that chance, but I absolutely love Billy Gibbons. So
he owned a house here.
Really?
It's like a 35-acre property down in the river.
Yeah, his widow has come up here a number of times and done some things at A&M.
It looked like a museum. It was
That's
wild.
awesome.
But tell us about the night meeting Billy Gibbons.
So it was. I went to Nashville with Hayden. It was early on. It was 2021. He was going to sign his publishing deal with Ronnie Dunn. And I'm like, I'm going, of course. So
I'll go. I'll carry your bags. Yes, I'll carry your bags.
So it was actually me and my wife and Travis Bishop, Hayden's producer, and Hayden. We went up there. I think Travis was had some stuff to do in Nashville anyway. So I had been in Nashville before a couple times. Played some showcases with Katie back in the day. So we go to Nashville, and this was like the beginning, and Hayden is like, I'm gonna write a book about this one day. But so we had a show on a Saturday in Katy, and we were sitting in the truck, and it was raining like at our show, and like not many people were there. We were tasting whiskey from Hayden's signature whiskey that.
It's terrible way to spend a life, just tasting whiskey.
So it was just like a memorable week. So we did that. Next day, get on an airplane, go to Nashville, run into Parker and Josh Abbott at the airport, and Hayden said hey and all that. And then that week while we were there, he was doing stuff, and we were kind of going out a little bit. So we went to go see one of the cover bands, or one of the house bands at Third and Lindsley. And then like Gavin DeGraw showed up and played a couple songs, and then it was Guthrie Trapp, the guitar player, who's an amazing guitar player. Everybody learns from him. And we were talking to him after the show, and he was like, "Hey man, I'm playing the set tomorrow night. This place called, I think it was The Kitchen, downtown Nashville." He's like, "You probably want to come to that." And I was like, "Okay." So we went. And he didn't say anything specifically, but we go, and this place is like maybe twice the size of this room, 40, 50 people in there, crammed in a sardine can, little restaurant.
Yeah.
Barely, no stage, just a drum set, keyboard, guitar player, bass player, like packed in the front by the window. So he's playing up there, and these are like the best musicians ever, So then...
That's what Nashville's like.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It is. So, a couple songs into the set, Joe Bonamassa walks in with like a 51 Telly that's worth like $200,000 with no case, just walks in from his apartment or whatever.
Did he live that close?
Yeah, he's got Nerdville,
place.
Nashville.
Jeez.
It's downtown, so he just walked to,
What is the place?
so all his houses he calls Nerdville.
Nerdville. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So he walked in, and then like he had an amp builder guy that like brought an amp for him, like a nice one, you know.
Yeah.
And so he just got up there, plugged in, and started ripping and sang a couple songs. And I had my camera. I took some pictures of it. And then Joe got off and kind of stood in the back, and me and Hayden go up and like met Joe Bonamassa. And then a few minutes later, Billy Gibbons walks in with his, I think, girlfriend, and Bruce was there, Hayden's dad. And of course, Bruce, you know, he's like, he had met.
Yeah. Working with a rodeo and stuff.
And he was like, Billy, come sit over here and like get at the table that we were sitting at. And so like me and Hayden get up and go talk to Joe to give up the seats.
Yeah.
And so Billy Gibbons and his girlfriend sit down next to my wife, and they're just chit chatting. Met Billy Gibbons and Joe Bonamassa in the same night. So that was pretty wild.
It's not a bad way to spend an evening in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
If you got to be away from the great state of Texas, there could be worse ways to do it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go ahead and wrap up. Do you have any words of advice for musicians who are living here?
Yeah, probably a couple things. One, never give up. Right, you know, longevity and you know, determination are what the successful people do. Right, so you just keep going, and if you feel like you want to quit, just take a minute, regroup, and keep going. Whether it's like who you're playing for, or like the progress you're getting or not getting on playing guitar or whatever instrument you play. So just keep going. And the other thing is, like, you know, this business is hard to make money in. So make your value wide, right? Like,
yeah. Well, and I think you do that tremendously too. Again, being that jack of all trades, that Swiss Army knife, who you can play this, you can go be the right hand man. You can also just do the photography side of it. You've got to cast that wide net.
And
love
just like
that.
go out, listen to music, and get involved. You know, like if you're a guitar player, somebody asks you says they need a bass player, go figure it out. Don't say no, I don't know how to play bass. Just go figure it out. Or like, hey, I can't do that, but I can come carry your guitars, or I know how to tune them. Like, and I'll come help. You know, there was a lot of times where I ran sound, or just went to hang out with people because
he tried to run sound for us when he got here too. He was like, "Hey, hold on, you know what you need? You need this Phantom box thing." And I was like, "Oh yeah,
different here."
But no, that's such great advice. And being involved, I think is the key to all that. You've got to be involved and know your community and be a part of that community.
Yeah, and just be around people that make you better. You know, whether it's at an instrument or as a person. You know.
So when you were coming through, and I know we're trying to wrap up, but I wanted to ask, because it kind of leads into some of the things that we're working on doing. But when you were coming up and your network of players, writers, was that pretty plentiful for you? Or you just did you feel like you're kind of on your own and trying to figure it out and just I'm going to go stick my nose into whatever's over there? Because I think there's a piece of both of that. But.
Yeah, no, I had no idea.
Okay.
No idea. I was just like, it was that first band I got in college was from one of the guys that was in the band I knew from high school, because he went to our rival high school or whatever. And, you know, just like you start somewhere.
Well, and I mean, and the reason I bring that up is that we try to do a, you know, artist forum here through BVLive.com. And also we're working on some things here at the Parker Aston building to have like a songwriters round and a room for players and writers to come in and figure that craft out that I don't think at some point really anybody's really done for anybody here. And that's part of our goal with the association is to do those things. So I appreciate you coming in and being able to tell those stories, because it only helps, kind of what you said, is like helps anybody else that's out there that's come through here that knows somebody, hey, go get plugged in. And which love that you had to tough it out for the people that maybe don't have to now, but that's our goal, is to help those out. So maybe we find the next guy that comes in and wants to do what you're doing.
And you guys are doing a great job of putting it out there and trying to grow the music scene, you know, and it's, you know, we see it on the outside a little bit and we really appreciate it, because, you know, when we were coming up, it wasn't there necessarily, or you kind of had to do it the hard way or whatever.
Well, yeah, just one little
figure it
clip.
out.
Yeah.
Just figure it out. Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's great. Everybody needs to do that too, but it's nice to have a little help.
Yeah.
When you can. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Jason. He plays with the Hayden Baker Band, and also does, you might be able to find him doing something else somewhere else. You might just find him taking pictures around town one day.
Maybe so.
Or
been here a time or two.
Yeah. Or look, Hayden was in Nashville this weekend. Maybe you could have just come down and hung out and, played. You and Lindsay could have put on a little show together or something.
Yeah. We do that from time to time.
So y'all go give Hayden Baker a follow and give Jason. Where can people follow you? Let's forget about Hayden for a little bit. Where can people follow you and learn more about you?
HaydenBakerMusic.com. And I want to thank Shiner Beer, our sponsor. No, my Instagram is at Jason Evard, and then my photography is at JEvardPhoto. So those are the best two spots.
Go give him a follow, and also be sure to check out next time Hayden Baker is coming to town, which you can do if you go online to BVLive.com. We put as many concerts as we can possibly find right there, BVLive.com. And if you've got a show that's coming around, we don't know about it, we would love to hear about it. If you go to BVLive.com/events, there's a page right there where you can click and you can add your own event anytime you want to. Put all the information right there, when, where, how much the tickets are going to be, all that fun stuff online at BVLive.com. Also, if you are Shinerbach or somebody else and you would love your name to be put right down here, you can also reach out to us and you can sponsor us just like you do the Hayden Baker Band. So go online. That's all again at BVLive.com. For Jerrod Lane, I am Adam Drake. With another big thanks to Jason Evard. And thank you so much for watching and listening to the BVLive.com podcast.
Thanks, Jason.
Yeah, thank you guys.